You're listening to today's inspirational message on the Proverbs with Bjorklund.
There used to be a show on years ago called American Idol, and there have been a bunch of twists on that show since then, different kinds of shows like The Masked Singer and things like that, where it's basically a singing competition. And part of what makes these competitions interesting is that people come out who really think they can sing who can't. And they come out and they just belt out a song as if they are the absolute top singer in the world. And everyone sits there and cringes. And then at some point the judge says something. And it's the kind of thing that you would probably never say to anybody. But because it's on TV or a reality show, it's somewhat accepted, and they say something kind of harsh, and you watch them be deflated. But my question is always, how did this person get there with no one ever telling them, you actually can't sing? And every time you get on the karaoke mic or you stand up and sing in the local theater at your church or wherever, it's just not good. And the answer is that a lot of times we would rather spare people's feelings than tell them the truth. But in doing so, what we end up doing is we set them up for future hurt that might be worse. Now, certainly something like singing, we want to find a way to be gracious, and we may not know the full extent of somebody's capability. And so we don't want to be the one to prematurely bring it to an end for somebody. But listen to what Proverbs 24 says. Verse 24, whoever says to the wicked, you are in the right, will be cursed by peoples, abhorred by nations. But those who rebuke the wicked will have delight, and a good blessing will come upon them. Verse 26, whoever gives an honest answer kisses the lips. So an honest answer is a kiss to the lips. It's sweet, it's good, it's right. Translation, we need people who will speak truth to us. In fact, this little phrase that's translated kisses the lips, this is the only place in the Old Testament where it's found. So this was either an act of homage, according to the ESV Study Bible, or an act of affection. The act of homage is a little bit like those kissed who have not kissed Baal, which was homage, 1 Kings 19:18. Or the affection is like when Esau kissed Jacob when they met in Genesis 33:4. Either sense fits the verse well in that an honest answer treats the other person involved with both respect and affection. And so this is really to encourage you, encourage me to be people who are willing to sometimes say something that might be unpleasant because we actually love and want the best for the person. Now, certainly we can speak truth in a way that isn't like a kiss on the lips. You can speak truth in a way that is harsh or where you enjoy saying something that's hard. In the original American Idol, there were 3 judges, and I remember one time I was traveling overseas and there was a knockoff of the American Idol show in Czech. It was the Czech Republic I was in, so it was in the Czech language. And it was funny because I was staying in a hotel and I didn't have good internet. So I turned on the TV and I could see in the Czech language the same exact show as American Idol. And it was funny because they had the judge, just like the American show had, who ripped on the person, and then the one who was really nice in their critique. And sometimes you can be like the person who just rips on them because you enjoy demeaning somebody. That is not what's in view here. But saying, I want the other person's good more than I want to be liked, enough that I'm willing to say the hard thing. One commentator on this verse put it this way: the greatest sign of affection and respect for another is to tell the person the truth. Where are you holding back from speaking truth to people in your life because you would rather be liked, you would rather have a sense of peace than saying something that might be hard for the person to hear and is helpful to them long term? Now, I certainly believe that we don't have to go out of our way looking for these moments. I think they find us. I think people will ask for feedback. I don't think you have to give unsolicited feedback to somebody. Like if you're at the karaoke bar and somebody's awful, I don't think this verse means you have to go up to them and say, you were awful. But if your friend comes back after singing karaoke and is awful and they say, do you think I should try out for whatever? It would be more loving and affectionate to say, you know what? I'm not sure that that's your greatest gift. In fact, when I hear you sing, I'm not sure it's your gift at all. Then they have the information. And if you think about it, it's what God has done with us. He's spoken truth about our true condition. Not you're mostly good, you're good enough, and all things will work out, but you are sinful and need a Savior. And in speaking that truth, there's the greatest respect and affection because he points us to another way, the way of life.
Thanks for joining us here today. There's a lot of great content to explore on Orchard Hill Plus and on the Orchard Hill main feed from the weekend. Have a great day.